That's good. So the video's back, it looks like. Somebody can give me an update, tell me you can see the video, that would be great. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, no video on the live stream, right? Okay, so you guys can see the video now? We can see, okay, great. Okay, let's do this. I know you don't want to see my face today. There we go, how about that? There we go, yeah, video's working. So anyway, it's gonna be an interesting day. It's yeah, I love these days. It's about 80 plus degrees, and it's hello from Tennessee. If there are any questions I can answer anybody, let me know. Summer's full force. It looks like there's some heat warnings. Heat advisories going on in Texas and Oklahoma. It's going to be brutally hot. Heat index 110, 115 down there, so it's going to be extremely hot. It's that high pressure ridge builds in. We're on the top of the high pressure up here. We're top of the ridge, as we call it. And there's a pretty decent wave coming up today and tomorrow with very fast flow aloft, about 50, 60 knots out of the west, southwest, or southwest up here. So great wind shear, great area. Yep. Major thunderstorms, Northern California. Interesting. Okay, that's probably the upper low coming out. Yep. Oh, thank you, Missy. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a long day. The storms yesterday were incredible in northern Kansas. Got on those storms, and it was 110 in Phoenix. Wow, that's pretty hot. But yeah, the storms yesterday in northern Kansas were just, they were huge monsters, big barber poles, big supercells, and they produced a lot of damage all the way from Nebraska, Kansas border, all the way down through Manhattan, all the way down to south of there, probably about 30 to 50 mile wide swath of extreme damage and winds with embedded tornadoes. Saw a lot of really crazy stuff yesterday. It was pretty crazy. We've got a lot of towers growing southwest of me here, about 30 to 50 miles. That looks really good. I'll flip the camera around and you guys can see. Yep. Look at that. Move the car a little bit. See this side. That's looking back southwest of me there, from where I'm at here. That's just in northeast. That's kind of northeast Wyoming right there. You already got some towers bubbling, and there's going to be a trough draw line set up where you got almost a meso-low forming kind of east central northeast Wyoming this afternoon. So we got strong heating, very strong heating, probably in the maybe near 90 back southwest of me there, with southwest winds hitting these east winds. And as you can see, I've already got Tower and Key going up back southwest of me. So as they develop, they're going to take off to the east northeast or northeast and head up this general direction. Then the chase will be on. So I expect the next hour or two we'll start the chase, and it should be pretty entertaining. I think we'll have incredible, at the bare minimum, if we don't see tornadoes today, I think we're going to see some incredible structure. Looks like we've got a couple of severe storms already taking off southeast of Denver now, south of Deer Trail. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning there south of Deer Trail. That's in northeast Colorado. It looks like it's producing hail. That's just popped up and starting to move to the north. So the energy's coming out. Storms are firing in northeast Colorado, all around the Denver metro, off the foothills. Looks like we've got other storms now developing at Cheyenne, coming up the I-29 corridor, so the interstate there, Cheyenne, kind of in the southeast of Wyoming, starting to. Looks like we've got a warning or an advisory out now. Here comes the ball of energy out to my west, and it is Sheridan, Wyoming, north of Buffalo. It's west-northwest of Gillette, and there's already, as if they went severe on that, it's a special weather statement. So here comes the ball of energy. I'll show you this. I think I get this right in the camera. Let's see if I can get that right for you to see it. See that very good? Yep. Anyway, see that right there? So that's back out to my west. So that stuff is moving. It looks like it's moving fairly fast. East-northeast at 47 knots, about 52 miles an hour. That's humping. That's going to be flying today, right? So given the fact they're going to be moving pretty fast, I don't want to be where they, or where the storms are at. You got to get them up and going and get severe, and then we'll take off from there. But there's definitely storms already up, not severe yet, but they're growing. And it looks like they're right now, from the crow flies, they're 150 miles west of me, moving at 50 miles an hour. I'm max no more than 3 hours away from storms. It's 2 o'clock mountain time, so about 5 o'clock we should be, some bad stuff should start happening, right? But my cells just west of me here, which are not on radar yet, from Rapid City, is I've got cells growing that are not that far west. That's probably about 50 miles west, and I can tell you there's already clouds growing on on radar and satellite. I can see back west of me here. Let me look at satellite real quick and see what we have back here, back to my west here. So everybody else having a good Sunday? Heat advisory mess with yeah, Illinois, you actually may have a derecho either today or tomorrow. They're hitting kind of the Midwest, Upper Great Lakes tomorrow, probably for a possible derecho. Depends on how the boundary sets up. So you need to keep your heads up over there. Good news is we're in a really solid cell coverage right here where I'm located, which is good. Towers continue to expand back to my west-southwest, and like I said, so we already have storms up about 150 miles west of here, moving east at about 50 miles an hour. So it will not take that long for the energy to get over here. And when it starts to encounter right now, probably out there, it's probably the low to mid 50 dew points where the storms are out there now. But as they get east and encounter these low to mid 60 dew points, the storms will get very intense as they across southeast Montana into western South Dakota. Expect intense supercells. That's what the models continue to show. That's what we should have today. And then we'll, after dark, probably go into more of a damaging wind threat with, like, you know, baseball-sized hail and winds probably gusting over 80 across western South Dakota, and it's going to blast eastward across South Dakota tonight as an MCS complex, individual cells. So that's kind of the game plan. Anybody have any questions and I can answer for you? Yeah, the North Dakota would be south there. Yeah, I bet it was almost like in a miniature derecho yesterday. Yeah, the one in 19 across Illinois did a lot of damage. I remember that. That Tennessee heat advisory, yes. It's gonna be kind of a brutal week all week. Very hot, very humid. A lot of storms. And then our front comes plowing back down at least the central plains as we get into Wednesday night, Thursday. Our front gets into Iowa and maybe down in central Kansas. Might have a reprieve for about a 1 day, maybe Wednesday night and Thursday across the southern plains. Maybe cold front with some thunderstorms. Iowa back down into the southern Kansas, and then the heat comes back on as we get into toward the weekend. So I want to thank everybody for the support, and like I said, it should be a very, very interesting day today. We'll see how things unfold, and it should be a very interesting storm chase today, to put it mildly. Ought to be a lot of great things to see today. It ought to be, at the bare minimum, we ought to have some just absolutely incredible superstorm structure as the storms go up. It should create almost a barber pole, kind of a 5, 6, 10 layer wedding cake look, the plates stacked on top of each other. So it ought to be extremely gorgeous storms today. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me look at my location here. Well, I'm at a crossroads right here. I can either go northwest into Montana or go straight north up here. Trying to decide whether to just hold in western South Dakota, because these storms have been at 50. There's not a lot of road options as you get north and west of here. They're about 30 miles apart. Yeah, I've been about storm chasing 45 years. Yeah, 45 years. Thank you for your support. That's awesome. Amy, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been storm chasing about 45 years. Just about the time you think you've seen everything, there's Mother Nature throws a curveball at you and you see something new. That's what's so interesting about. If you're out here in the field, there's always things. There's always things to see. Okay, we'll play an option here. So if you think about this, we've got two options here. from where I'm at, I can go northwest about, let's just look at a map here. I know you guys can't see it. I can go northwest about 40 miles, 36 miles as crow flies. Or I can go northeast about 40 miles. But here's the options. It's kind of like, if I go northwest, there's only 1 or 2 roads that go back to the east-northeast, back into South Dakota. If that storm ends up being south of those roads, then I'll end up being in the hail core, or you won't be able to see much because it'll be raining and you can't see the storm structure. Okay, that's one option. And the other option is if I go up northwest into southeast Montana, then I'll be closer. If it tornadoes, I can be closer to it, and it's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. One of the most beautiful shots I've taken in 45 years is Brodus, South Dakota, Montana, and it's up in Brodus. It's kind of southeast Montana, and it's actually on the road that's right here by me, Highway 212. It's northwest of me about 100 miles. The storms are kind of in that general area and just south of there, and they come ripping east. But up here, you don't have road options like you do in the plains. Like every mile, you've got a grid, or every 5 miles, you've got a state highway or a highway that's asphalt. Up here, you've got roads that are about 30 to 50 miles apart, and they're gravel, sometimes just plain dirt. If it rains on it, it's mud. You're done, right? And that's it. So you got 2 road options. So it's so you know, when you storm chase, you got to think about, okay, you kind of like to be right next to the storms when they go up and want to see the structure and how good they look. But keep in mind today they're moving at 50, roughly 45 to 50, and then also you got to think about, well, am I better off to hold here on the South Dakota side, because as the storms get going back to my west, it may not take that long for you know, to see something real interesting, right? Show you something going on here. Zoom in on the image there for you. So it's always that battle. It's always that fine line of, you know, it's kind of a chess game on which road to be on. Because today these storms will produce baseball hail. I would not be surprised if there's some storms that get to softball size and maybe larger. So there's going to be some gigantic hail out here today. So you got to stay on the path of that. So all these things are going through my mind right now. It's like, you know, where's the best, what's going to be the best option as far as getting the storm, but also staying out of the direct harm's way as far as the worst storm of the day, those kind of things. Let's see what my new 3 climber is doing here. A second, I'm going to update some model data and just kind of see where it thinks it's going to be bad. Oh, mercy. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's got storms, wow. It's got storms back to my west about 7,500 miles. Sisters Trails says the 3 kilometer, new 18Z 3 kilometer, says tornadic storms are coming out of like Gillette, north of Gillette, and they are like triple down back to my west. Yeah, thank you for your compliment about Joplin. Thank you so much. Jeff, are you Belfort? Yes, I'm in Belfort. Yes, Belfort. Yes, I am. Boy, I tell you what. Boy, I tell you what. It almost, the 3 kilometer says, man, don't go anywhere. It says almost hold right here. It says, gosh, let me look at the map. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Lincoln, looks like Nebraska's here too. Ooh. Boy, the 3 kilometers wicked. It says, wow, that's, wow. It's got a wicked storm coming right, if not over me, just almost on top of us here. Let me look at another map. I love when we have great cell coverage, right? That's really important. Wow. It says the storm of the day. There's a couple of them. Actually, there's 2 of them. They're really good looking. Look at the deal. Wow, one of them starts way out there. Way out west. One of the big storms of the day comes out of Buffalo, Wyoming. Now the 3 kilometer has a big mega beast comes out of there, and it runs over to north of Gillette, And then there's another one that comes out of right on the Montana-Wyoming border. And boy, does it go nuts. It comes out back to the north of Hewitt and Alzalda in southeast Montana. It goes right over them, and then as it passes them, it goes into berserk mode and starts coming east-southeast to just north of Belle Fourche. It's a big, bad monster. That's the new 3 kilometer. Very interesting. And by the way, it did really good yesterday. I'm gonna show you this. I don't know if you can see it very well. See all those Holisti tracks? Let's see if we can get this in focus. Wow. See all those tracks? I'll try to point to this one right, that one right, that one right on the border. I don't want to do that. It's giving me a sounding. Let's zoom in here. I'm going to zoom in just on the ones that are important here. This is 3 kilometer. It's the one that's deep purple there, right in the middle. This guy right here, that one's out by Gillette, way west. That's Gillette, comes out Buffalo, and this starts right here to my northwest. Belle Fourche is like right here, so it starts just my northwest and goes crazy right through here. That's one of the monsters of the day. That's on the brand new 3 kilometer for today, which is interesting. Doesn't mean it's perfect, just gives you a general idea of what it thinks is going to happen. It's not always, absolute. Doesn't always mean it's going to be exactly that location. Just, you got to take all that with a grain of salt. You just got to try to get close and see what it's thinking. Okay, there's a different model. This is the HOR. The HOR says, hey, I'm not gonna, you gotta be back more toward, there's the whole border. See, we're back just, it says you gotta go just south of Brodus to just north of Alzada. See, it keeps it all in southeast Montana. It says big bad storms there. And I can tell you, probably wouldn't hurt to head up that way. You guys want to head up that way? It start moving. I don't know how long the stream will stay on, but let's do it. Okay, you guys ready to go? I think I'm gonna start heading northwest, and we'll play the game here and see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna start heading northwest. We're heading into southeast Montana at the connection. It says 36 miles away. Okay, you ready?
Starting route to Grand Avenue.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Proceed to US 212, then turn left.
There we go. Looks we're out 212. We're northwest bound and down.
For 36 miles,
there we go.
Continue straight.
There we go. How about that? Can you guys see? Well, I do not know how long this train will stay on. It may last 2 miles we get out of town, or it may be on for the whole way. I have no idea. It says I'm heading up. We're going to cross from northwestern South Dakota, and I love the sky. I've got ACAST. I've got Tire and Q moisture piling up on the north side of the Black Hills. We've got Tire and Q back west southwest. It looks really good. So we're going to go from western South Dakota. We're going to cross into extreme northeast Wyoming, up into south central and southeast, landing towards southeast Montana. It's 36 miles away. Be there a little over 30 minutes, okay? That's where we're headed. I'll get you a little bit wider view. There we go. We're moving, guys. Yes, AJ, the 3 kilometer has been nailing it. You're absolutely correct. And when I see upper 50s to 60 dew points all the way back to west of Gillette, that's something that says, hey, you better pay attention today. So it's got big, bad monster storms. It'd probably be a good idea to start fudging back to the west here, right? The 3 kilometers has been doing really good. So it kind of has some big stuff way out west initially, and then as that energy comes east, it says new storms hyper explode back to the west southwest of the kind of the area we're going. And I can tell you on the right hand side of the screen, I'm heading northwest right now. On the left side you see the moisture, and on the right side you can almost see some Q over toward the right hand side of the road, right? You see some Q forming. That's going to be in southeast Montana, that area we're generally heading toward. See what my temperature is outside. Yeah, I'm 83 degrees, almost 84 degrees. Wow, how about that, right? Okay, let's play the, okay, I picked up some snacks, okay, while I was at the store, because you're out here in the middle of nowhere, right? And a lot of times you're gonna end up stopping somewhere, you know, 10, 11 o'clock tonight, we're gonna be in the middle of nowhere, most likely. So you gotta have some things to eat. Okay, you hear this? Okay. Okay, first thing is, yeah, Wyoming, this whole area up here is drop dead gorgeous. I definitely could stay up here in the summer months without a doubt. Okay, here's one of my snacks I got today. It's actually a very reasonable price. See that? Some almonds. Yeah, some almonds. Isn't that nice? Yeah, whole almonds, right? So that's one of my energy snacks. Here's my next one. Never had this before. Looks like kind of a mixed bag of raisins and nuts and pecans and a little bit of everything. It's called Raspberry Rage, right? Can you see that? Raspberry Rage. That's another bag. And last thing, and I love these things, but I don't eat them very often. I mean, like once a year, right? So it's very rarely. So instead of eating candy stuff, I do the natural process. I love dried fruits, right? And anyway, so dried out, really good, crunchy, right? So I think I'm gonna start with the banana chips first. Yeah, some almonds. Well, yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere. You gotta. Wow. Okay, these things are. Wow, actually taste really good. So I'm starting off with the banana. Tastes pretty good. Sorry I'm having a little snack while I'm driving here and talking to you. Yeah, gotta have energy food. Yeah. Not too much on the bathroom side. I do have a little portable porta potty, you know, a little 5-gallon bucket of seat. Got the uh-oh, look at that. You see that car? Look at that. Shouldn't be doing that. People get impatient. I've seen about a dozen of those a day where people pass all the cars coming at you. People are just extremely impatient. Now slow down. Clouds are getting very interesting looking. I'll tell you when we're gonna cross over to Wyoming here. Still connected, right? It's good. Look how green this is. Isn't this gorgeous? This is Highway 212 from Belfort heading northwest across extreme northeast Wyoming, and we're going to go into extreme southeast Montana, right? It's extremely beautiful here. Got a railroad track running just to the left of the highway here. Lots of trains out here. Saw a few last night. A couple miles long. I'm climbing elevations. I'm heading northwest here. I'm going up, up, and up, right? I'm climbing an elevation. I can feel the car rising. We can physically see the elevation changing. So the more I go to the northwest, the higher I'm climbing. One thing, gotta get my there we go. Getting my GoPro time lapse going. So I do time lapses of all the chases. So the first person on my bicycle, that was a cart. You see? Now the videos go off and on. We're getting away from the area back west and heading to a very rural area. We'll see how the coverage is. The shows I have about 2.5 bars. Not too bad. We're about to cross into Wyoming. Maybe about 2 miles here, not very far. So we're going to ride along here. We're going from South Dakota to northeast Wyoming. This is Highway 212, heading northwest. The video still up? Yeah, video's gonna get sketchy at times, yes, because we're getting farther away from good cell coverage, but yeah, the cell coverage, this video go off and on. Now I'm down to half a bar. I just crossed into Wyoming right now. Here we go. Welcome to Wyoming. Here we go. Boom. Okay, we're in Wyoming now. Quickly, we're going to be in northeast. We're going to be up here in Montana. 20 miles. Maybe in about 18 miles, we'll be in Montana. Be in 3 states in about 15 minutes. Got a storm way out there. It looks like it's already just about to go severe, northwest of Claremont. Heading northeast, actually it's heading up toward Brodus. Northeast of 43 knots, 1 inch hail.